Nick, what went into what went into Dallas playing a quarter in this game?
Yeah, it hasn't played in a while, so we thought you had to get some good practice this week and play in this game.
What does the depth of this team say about it as you're going into the postseason now?
Yeah, it's taken a lot of people to win 14 games. There's been a lot of contributions from a lot of different people. Had some bumps and bruises along the way, and a lot of guys have stepped in and played. When you win 14 games, it takes everybody, and Fred coming in and playing a lot of plays, and excuse me, Isaiah and Grant Calcaterra and Orrin Burks, and so and then being able to go out and do Kenny Pickett, and then going out and doing what we did today with the guys that went out there and played. So good depth, unbelievable job by Howie and his staff to get the depth in here. Unbelievable job by the coaches to develop those players, and unbelievable job by the players.
How Tanner played today, how does that affect how you see the state of the quarterback position? Is it there's still hurts and protocol and such? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I love the room. Love the room.
You mentioned 14 wins there twice. You guys have done it now twice in your 4 years. Does that matter to you? Is that significant to you?
Yeah, it's cool. So, but again, that takes contributions from everybody, and we always talk about doing special things, and you have special things to do during the regular season, then the postseason, and winning the division, tying a franchise record. That's cool.
I know you're talking about things in a micro view, but 14 wins and you're the number 2 seed. The path that is in front of you is tough. I mean, how difficult when you look at the conference?
Yeah, that's the playoffs, and that's the NFC, and a lot of good teams here, and we'll take one game at a time. I believe it's Green Bay right now, and we'll settle our sights on them, and really good football team, coached really well, so I'm not really worried about anything else other than them. Same as what we talked about.
Same as Friday?
Yeah.
Nick, I know obviously you just won this game, but you do know it's the Packers. You're playing them all the way back in week 1. Is that something you can use, or is that so far?
Yeah, both teams are different from that day till now, no doubt. But yeah, you'll use that. Use everything. That's something that when we go play a team that we played the previous year, we'll use that too. So that's from year to year, and so of course we'll use that. They'll use that. We understand that. It's a really good team with really well coached.
Was Jalen present at the walkthrough yesterday?
Was he present at the walkthrough?
Yeah, was he there?
Yeah.
Does that represent progression?
Guys, I mean, he's progressing through the protocol. We've talked a lot about that, so yeah, no, you'll keep. And I respect your guys' question. I'm going to answer them all, but yeah, he's progressing through the protocol.
When you guys were 2-2, the whole city's on you and all of that. How gratifying is it for you to see this team kind of grow and evolve, both offensively and defensively, to this point where you're a serious contender for the division?
Yeah, we don't listen to outside noise. We try to put our head down and work. When we were 2-2, we were trying to get to 3-2. Right? When we were 3-2, we were trying to get to 4-2. And we were able to run off a couple there. I know it's boring. I know it's not real exciting, but we're focused at the task at hand, and that's the only thing that we're focused on, and that will continue through the playoffs.
What was your message to the players now that this chapter's closed and you are on to the postseason?
Yeah, I wanted to recognize what happened. I told them what the schedule is tomorrow, but today was for the guys that played good in this game. I told them what the schedule was. Obviously, very cool that Mr. Laurie won his 300th game as the owner of this football team. Recognized him, recognized a couple guys that played really well, and that's what this was about. Was we can get to tomorrow. We can get to the Packers tomorrow. We wanted to enjoy this one. So again, schedule, and then recognize the efforts that it took to win this game today.
What was it like getting all your major guys a week's worth of rest? I mean, you have to play Saquon, AJ, Devontae, all those guys. How much does that help you going?
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to be in a position to create. Obviously, you always want the bye week. We didn't get that. Obviously there'll be a game tonight to decide that. And so we were able to kind of create our own bye week, I guess to say, after not having a bye week since week 5. So that's good. Yeah, anytime you can get the guys rest this late in the season, it's like when we take guys out when we have a big lead in a game. You want to take them out to rest those guys as well because it's a long season, and every game's so important that you just it's huge to be able to do that.
I know you said you're focused on the game itself, but is this, with it not knowing who your opponent would be, was this like a week where you guys like try to look at the updates and it's just going through your mind like, hey, could be the Packers Commanders?
Our job was to be so locked in to help the guys that were playing in this game perform well as coaches and as players, and it was cool to see the guys that weren't going to play in this game give the effort that they did to help those guys get ready.
As the regulars that had to play, like Jordan Davis in particular, how did guys like that in particular handle that, and what did his performance show?
Yeah, the type of teammate and the type of person he is. I thought he played really good. He had there was a couple screens early on that he retraced out. Well, one screen that he retraced out in a wide receiver screen, and the other one that he kind of snuffed out, and you kind of felt his presence all game. And so it just shows you, again, you can't rest everybody in those scenarios. It's impossible. There's going to be guys that you want to be able to rest that you can't. And he went out there and played a really good game, played an outstanding game. It was fun to watch him play in that setting, and played. Did you guys get the rep count of what he played? I'll see if the plan was to play him a little less than he had normally played, but we'll see it. We'll see how that went out.
Nick,
Not just today, but now that you've had him for the last couple of years, what kind of sense do you have of the quarterback Tanner McKee could be?
Yeah. Again, I thought he was in complete control of the game today, and making good decisions. I felt like he got to his check down a couple times. That was really impressive. To Will Shipley a couple times, I thought was really impressive. Strung together a couple good quarters last game. He strung, and then a good game today, a full good game today. And he's had every time he gets an opportunity in practice, he does a really good job. We're excited about Tanner and the player he is. I love our quarterback room, obviously starting with Jalen, and all the great things Jalen's done this year to help us get to this where we are right now. Kenny's had really good minutes and good quarter. Played a good game last week. Played a good game against Washington, and then Tanner doing what he did today, and then at the end of the Dallas game last week. So, love that room. Awesome job by Howie and his staff to get these guys. Great job by the players themselves by developing them, helping themselves just develop into what they can be. And then, you got to give a lot of credit to Doug and Kellen and Kevin Patullo for all the things that they've done to help develop those guys.
A couple more from Dotson's performance.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. There was a couple really awesome plays that him and Tanner had made. He just you saw some things with him after the catch that was really cool with Dotson. And I thought he did a good job. There wasn't a lot of opportunities for returns, but did a good job of coming up and catching the ball in some conditions. So We've had a lot of faith in Jahan since the moment he's got here. There's a reason why we traded for him, and so we got a lot of faith in him and the player that he is. Now he has to share targets with some other guys that are really outstanding players, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. But it gives you a lot of faith that he was able to contribute today and do the things he's capable of today.
Last one. Jake
Go ahead. I'll get both of you guys. Go ahead, Martin.
Jake missing that field goal, in the context of the kind of season he's had, is that a cause for concern going forward?
I came out and made two after that. Again, it was we didn't lose any faith in him. He went out and ripped two that we needed right after that. So it happens in this game.
What sort of growth have you seen from Jeremiah Trotter from when he first got here to what he was able to do?
I think he's done an unbelievable job of just transforming his body, getting in great shape. He's obviously a very instinctive player, reason why we drafted him in the first place. It's had a lot of production. And then for him and Orrin to go out and do what they did today, I think Trot had, 11 tackles, and Orrin had something crazy like 17 tackles. That means that, again, those guys are flying around making plays in Vic's scheme. Bobby King's done a great job of helping these guys get better. And, it was fun to watch them fly around and make plays today.
All good. Thank you.
You have one? Okay.